from coming. Feel the weight of what we hold. This, the song of sons and daughters. Hide the heart of who we are. Making peace to build a future. Strong, united, working till we fall. The air and water flowing hard. The land we call our home. Push to keep the dark from coming. Feel the weight of what we own. This, the song of sons and daughters. Hide the heart of who we are. Making peace to build a future. Strong, united, working till we fall. And we all lift, and we're all lift together, through the cold mist, till we're lifeless together. Strong, united, working till we fall. And we all lift, and we're all lift together, through the cold mist, till we're lifeless together. これからも一緒じゃよ。好きなだけ甘えてよ。今日も
And with that absolutely cursed music out of the way, hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon, and I write games for fun. So, what are we doing today? Well, with last stream, we actually wrapped up. Let me turn down the music so I don't deafen myself with it, because my headset likes to pick up all music about 200% louder than it really should. So last time, we actually wrapped up the entirety of Fists of Chaos. It's not a long game, one of our shorter games, actually. But I feel like there wasn't really much actually to do outside of that. Outside just add new styles. But sometimes simplicity is best. So, what are we doing today? Well, as you can see by the name, we're doing some more design theory. And one of these is something that's been kind of riding on my kind of been riding on my butt for a while, that being Project Tank. Now, dealing how this is a theoretical stream, that'll be exactly that, theory. Now, unlike a lot of other games I usually like to dev, I haven't really worked that much on Project Tank, as the ideas behind it have always been troublesome, as the core conceits of the game are kind of difficult to actually do, ironically, in a tabletop environment. Managing a single entity together is something that sounds really easy on paper, but actually kind of doing all the game design parts of it is where things start getting complicated. Most notably, when you start getting on the idea of everyone has to work together to do a thing, to make sure this machine works. Now, people have always proposed, well, you can do a tank, like a tank. World War I, World War II, a lot of stories there, a lot of interesting dynamics. The problem is, fundamentally, a tank, because the average tank crew, let's do a Sherman tank. So, overall, there are five issues in a Sherman game: commander, gunner, loader, driver, assistant driver, bow gunner. Now, of these individuals, who would be player characters? Well, if we assume all of them, what does the commander do? Well, the commander guides everyone to victory. What does the gunners do? The gunners gun down people who are trying to get close, or aim the guns. What does the loader do? Load. What is it? The driver drives. The assistant assists. I think already you can kind of see what the issue is. Also, in case you're wondering, this is also now a mukbang. So I'm very hungry, so I decided to have dinner on stream because I'm an asshole. Because I can do that too. Having pizza. But my goal for this endeavor, you could say, is to create a game. So here, give me 1 second. If I go right here, Project Tank, the primary overriding goal would be to create a system create a system that allows all members of crew, it doesn't matter really what, just a crew, to work together in harmony. While everyone has their kind of assigned position, but everyone can also do everything. Now, one game was proposed, and that being FTL, Faster Than Light, a game that came out in 2012. Fuck me, it's 2000. Damn, it's almost 8 years old. Damn, I remember when this game came out. And if you kind of get the idea, is that every member of your crew is important. Every single one. And you can't just not have members of your crew. You kind of see, everyone's kind of working in their own little sections to make sure everything works. And it's hard to make that work. Because if you've ever played FTL or any of these games where you have to assign crew to each other, like Bomber Crew, for example, same idea. Everyone has to work in harmony to make sure the system works. Some people just don't move around that much. You don't want to move your pilot because it's your pilot and he's driving and you don't want to die. Because dying sucks. But what does the pilot do in certain situations? What does the gunner do when there's no one to gun? And it's an interesting idea once you sit back and say, yeah, no, this sounds like fun. We're all members of a tank crew. And we're all sailing, we're all moving around. We want to blow something up cool. And we're all maneuvering around. We're fighting. It's like the last tiger from Battlefield. Or it's like Fury, one of these movies where, you have a lot of character drama between the various members of the crew. But if you really realize... good. You, as a character, wouldn't do much. You drive, you shoot, you captain. Simple. Now, it was proposed last stream that you do, when I was discussing this, that I do something more akin to FTL. FTL proper, where every member of the crew can kind of maneuver where he needs to be. Interesting idea, but I also saw this. Where are you? Nah, damn it. It doesn't look like they have it. Tank crew. Oh, go away, Pac-Man. Effectively, it was the same idea as Bomber Crew, with the crew just being part of a World War I tank. It's fascinating, though, how different the two games looked and how they played. The Bomber Crew, fundamentally speaking, you actually don't have that much agency in what your plane does outside of navigating, and it's fun for a single player because it's the hectic situation of, oh, we gotta move over here, oh god, I gotta do this, oh god, I gotta do this. For multiple players, I don't think it would be as fun. So how do you make it work? That's what this stream is fundamentally about. How do you make a game like that work? Mukbang time, everyone. Delicious. Now I get to enjoy this alone. Give me 1 second. Delicious. I always love it when I get to just stuff my fucking face on stream because I'm a fatty boy. But overall, what we want to do is we want to make a game where we can work together to make a singular entity, you could say. So let's see, Tank Crew RPG. And see, this isn't like a uncommon thing. Well, this has actually been kind of a white whale holy grail for some people. Usually guys who love tanks and World Wars, games like that. Where, ironically enough, like, to actually find like a decent, like, I want to play a World War II game. It's kind of hard to do. Because you either end up in kind of more of a weird war situation. It's like, oh no, the Nazis are vampire werewolf monsters. Or you end up in like a really simulationist heavy game where it's like, oh, you don't know how many like bullets you have left in your gun until you hear the clink sound and roll 3d6 to determine how far you can jog before your overweight body collapses in upon itself, you fat ass. And it's like... And then you have things like Only War, which kind of lean more on like this is an action movie that you can get mowed through depending on who you are. Yeah, and I've played few Only War games, and they range from the Hogan's Heroes to Meat Grinder. It hurts. Maybe let's Twilight 2000 Tank Crew. See, this is the problem again with a lot of these games, where you end up. Crunch is good, crunch is bad. Crunch is good on one hand because the more rules you have in a game, the more things that you have to work with, the more tools you have at your disposal as the game master and the players. Rules benefit the players more than they benefit the game master. That's kind of a fundamental, well, one of my key ideas. The more rules there are, that means the more things that they can say, this, A, B, C, this is how it works, or this is how this interacts with that, 1 to 2 to 3. That's how it works. However, less rules also means you don't end up with situations like Twilight 2000, where it's 5,000 pages, or 100. This is currently 103 pages, and 95% of it is how to actually shoot a gun. So it's, you have a couple pages solely on the idea of just finding out, basic. These are basic. The basic attributes. These come from a far away time, long time ago, when crunch was a lot more favored. I think recently, in the last 10, 15 years, I'd say last 5, 10 years, I think crunch has really fallen out of favor for game design, as you get some things like fucking Apocalypse World, which is kind of the antithesis of crunch in a way. Or you get games like, even like 5e, honestly, D&D 5th edition, where the game itself isn't actually that complex, and it's easy to learn, easy to understand, and you can get people playing it quickly. Playing something like Twilight 2000 takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and you gotta be real invested in it. If you can get the people to make it work works great. It's flawless. But if you can't, that's where the problem is. So, I like to aim for around medium crunch, so I'll put on my little notes here. Yeah, now you're getting kind of the idea of how, Christmas Christ almighty, what the fuck. This is just the referee charts. All the player charts, referee charts, all the direction. No. Too crunchy. Hammer Slammers from Mongoose. I remember these getting mentioned before. This is old school. This is old school Traveler too. Night Witches. The first game I would think of for something like this. welcome to Night Witches, otherwise known as Let's Be Gay at Each Other, the game. Also, fucking goddamn, I forgot Night Witches was powered by the goddamn apocalypse. I don't know if you guys like Powered by the Apocalypse or not. I'm not a huge fan of it. I actually hate Powered by the Apocalypse. The game just never did it for me. The system in general is like way too. Okay. Here's Hell on Treads. Okay, Hell on Treads. That sounds kind of awful in a lot of different ways, so keep that in mind, though. Why are you the way? Why are you the way that you are? Go away. Fucking patrol, not patrol. Why patrol? Patrol isn't. Oh God, it's by the guy who did Patrol. Sweet Jesus. Patrol is a beautiful game, and I actually quite enjoy the idea behind it. However, it is very simulationist. It is very... If you want to play Vietnam, you can play Vietnam with Patrol, and you can do it well, but anything else kind of punches itself in the face a little bit. Oh boy. GURPS. Oh boy, GM-less system. Fuck that. Spaceship Crew RPG? No, this doesn't really help me. Now you're kind of seeing what the issue is. Spaceship Zero, I never heard of this before. BRP, looks like. Okay, alright. That. Oh, tell me about Hell on Treads. Oh, it's a D66 game. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's not how it's supposed to go. Okay. Well, that proved to be ultimately useless. Alright. So, let's think about it objectively. Let's think of let's go back to our Sherman, our Sherman tank. The beautiful M4 Sherman. Has a 5-man crew. You have a commander, gunner, loader, driver, assistant driver / bow gunner. Alright, so you can hear my beautiful scratchy chin. That is me, my beard thing I need to shave off. So let's see. God, let's do a Panzer maybe? Panzer IV tank. Everyone likes the Panzer IV. It's the most reliable tank ever, right? Right. Loader, driver, 5-man. So, okay, so roughly speaking, we have our 5 commanders of our average tank. Commander obviously is the one calling shots and making calls. Gunner is obviously shooting. Loader makes sure gun shoots. Driver drives a vehicle. Keeps things in order. Roughly speaking, this is what it is. Roughly speaking. So, let's do this. No, that's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. I always feel this is the worst scenario, and it was where you can see how it works. You can sit back, close your eyes, and see people rolling the dice, yelling at each other, trying to figure out how to succeed against the enemy. However, I also find myself sitting here wondering how the hell I'm gonna make it work. Is there something I'm missing? I feel like there's some product or something that I'm not seeing that will answer this question perfectly. What are you? I think this is the... Now, for those watching the VOD later on, or for those watching currently, the hardest part of any piece of game design will always be, at the end of the day, trying to enunciate what you're saying. Trying to put into words and write it down on paper what you're thinking. Because it's very easy just to write down, make tank game, make tank crew go, dude, make tank go boom boom and everything dies. Very easy to say that. Not very hard to really enunciate it though. The the A to B's, the 1 to 2's, the what dice are being used, what dice aren't being used, how you make this go. Let's try. Quite difficult for narrative to inspiration. Supreme movies like Das Boot. Let's see, squats with APHC. Hello, phone. What do you need? No. Let me see. Hello, phone. Hello, phone. Everyone is now here. I like it when people randomly text me. So, I think this person has a, where is it? This person has a decent idea. Tank in this case is both a home/weapon. But how do you make it? That's the question. I think ultimately that's the toughest part of a lot of these things is just like how do you make it work properly? Because you can get the numbers. So, let's think about what was that one? Ace Combat. Fuck, what's that? Steel Battalion? Is this what I'm looking for? Steel Battalion VTs. Vertical tanks. This might be what I'm looking for. It's going to be a mecha game. So again, got a crew to operate as opposed to original Soul Pilot. Some vertical tanks. So, and even then, let's see, crew. And you guessed it, we have a VT. So an M7 Swift. And the VT is a 5-man crew, pilot, radio, 2 loaders. It's a 4-man crew only. Yeah. So, fuck. Okay. Let's do. So, let me think. Steel Battalion VTs. The armor emergency ejection. Okay, so let's think about it like this. Overall, we need our leader who's going to be guiding us, going to be guiding and operating. We have a pilot, person moving and orienting. Gunner, person shooting and dealing damage. Drive. Yeah, so these are our three key roles. These are our three key roles. Then let me see. Oh God, it's German. No. What are you? Welcome to the wonderful world of trying to design a goddamn game like this. Recruit my crew. Let's see. Tell me what things I can make. That's all I want. That's all I want you to tell me. Gunners, bombers, radar. Okay. Oh, okay. I know another one. I know. I've come up with a solution. A clever solution. An engineer. Person repairing, fixing, and making sure things are in order. So if we're going off our basic trifecta, rogue, mage, warrior. Our rogue is going to be the pilot. Our mage is going to be the engineer. And our gunner is going to be our warrior. Our warrior is going to be our gunner. Bear with me here. So, theoretically speaking, let's say we were in an M4 Shoreman. Gunner would be a character. So, oh God, it's by Palladium. Hello, Palladium. I'll never be able to escape you. Cross. What the hell is this, actually? I'm curious. Never change, Palladium, in your weird megaversal systems. Never change. Well, actually, do change, because your system's kind of garbage, but it's my kind of garbage, damn it. So... okay. Where when in doubt, let's ask the game designer on Discord. Big think question time. Let's get some ideas. And so what we can do is the concept of pretty much a moving fortress. And your tank, and we'll just call this the tank, arguably character creation would be mostly about detailing what the tank is like, about your specific tank, its name, its personality, its how it operates, some quirks with it, some fun things, some awful things, and the players would have to come together to customize their own vehicle. This is their vehicle. And if we go with the Armored Core system, what we can do is that effectively, the crew is disposable. All members of the crew are not valuable. You're part of the greater platoon. And your platoon has your giant, awesome, moving fortress in it. And you will be gradually replaced out with things, and you will die, and the characters themselves aren't important unless they continue to fight, kill, and die, because again, it's very easy to die in a tank. Yeah, mostly, yeah. You get taken out. If anything, what we can do is make it a very, very simple system in terms of the characters themselves. The characters themselves are maybe composed of like four attributes. They're specialized, they're basic attributes, they're specializations. A low amount of health, weak, awful, generally not someone to be threatened by. Give me 1 second. I have to express disappointment at my. Express disappointment at my dear mother. So effectively, your characters are going to be a lot less strong, but the main character of your crew would be the vehicle itself, and where it goes, how it operates, and all the battle scars it gets over time. That may work. It's not flawless, but it may work. Alright. So, I've been streaming for 50 minutes. Not one of my longer streams, by far. But I haven't really actually made that much It's one of the hardest parts about this, as I've been kind of echoing this entire time, is how do you get this to play nicely with yourself? how do you make an RPG want to work with each other? Work with you on how you want it to, and not blow up in your goddamn face like a complete stupid moron. Hippity hoppity, get off my fucking property. So, simple attributes and classes, quote unquote. It's for the crew. Building a platoon-esque thing. The main character is the tank itself. A towering, well-armored behemoth that keeps the characters safe, gives them a fighting chance, and allows them to contribute. The key idea being outside the tank, you're weak and struggling, but inside the tank, you are strong, actually weak and independent. You are strong. You're strong but dependent. Alright. We can do something with this. Yeah, main character would be the tank. Really, a crew is disposable and easy to replace. Your tank is not. Hell, if I really wanted to. There's option 2. Does option 2 work? Pretty much the idea for option 2 is that each character is effectively their tank, with the idea being each character has their own tank, their own crew inside of the tank. But then you kind of go against the idea of, everyone's kind of working together, kind of, as everyone is part of a fucking tank. And it's kind of hard to be, hey, we're all gonna work together to, build a well cohesive mass if we're all literally in a tank. Hell, at that rate, I'll just make a fucking the Ace Combat RPG that I've always wanted to make. All right. Oh fuck! I've been streaming for 55 minutes. I'm going to call it here today. I think we've done a lot of design theory stuff. I know it's not exactly the most pulse-pounding excitement, and all I did really was write down things, but half of game design really boils down to having to sit down and find stuff, and reference things, and double-check things, and redo things. So, tomorrow, or on Sunday, depending on if I am dying internally or not tomorrow, because my friend is threatening to do drinking games, I will stream either another design session of plug-in numbers, of trying to find what I'm looking for, or we will actually begin work on a new project. What that project is, I don't know, but we'll definitely start working on something. Well, thank you all very much, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Clickety-clack.